Hello students, today I am going to discuss very important rule of integration with you, and this is how to find out integration of product of two functions. Yes, the integration of product of two functions can be found out by a special rule, and this rule is called integration by parts. So integration by parts says if u and v are two functions of x, then integration of u into v is equal to u into integration of v minus integration of differentiation of u into integration of v. Or in other ways we can say, let us name them as first function and second function. Then the integration of first into second function can be given as first function to be written as it is without any change. So first function is multiplied by integration of second minus integration of this whole function which we are getting after the multiplication of differentiation of first and integration of second. Okay, let me show you it with the help of a very simple example. But before that, I want to tell you that you need to follow two steps, particularly two steps you need to follow to do these questions. Number one is to decide first and second function. This is one of the very important rule of this integration by parts. So first of all, we will divide that the product of two functions is given to us. So which one we should say first and which one we should say second. Okay. And second step is to use this rule of integration which is called by parts. Okay. So this is the rule. Select first and second function is the very important rule is eyelet rule. Okay. What is the meaning of eyelet? Let me explain you the full form of this eyelet. I means the inverse trigonometric functions. L means the logarithmic functions. A means algebraic functions. T means trigonometric functions, and E means exponential functions. So if the product of any two of these functions is given to us, then first function will be written as the order is written over here. Suppose the function which is given to us is x sin x. Okay. So here x is algebraic function and sin x is trigonometric function. So according to eyelet rule, we find out that algebraic function is coming before the trigonometric function in the order of eyelet. So therefore algebraic function will be named as function first and trigonometric function will be named as function second. Okay. Similarly, let me take more example. Suppose the function is given to you as x into e power x. Again, x is algebraic function and e power x is exponential function. So again, algebraic function will be named as first function and exponential function named as second function. So first step is to select the function which is first and which is second, and that can be given easily by using eyelet rule. Okay, and second one, then we use the formula to calculate the integration. So let me take some examples to explore integration by parts. The first example that I am taking in front of you is x sin x dx. So clearly it is the product of algebraic function and trigonometric function, and according to eyelet, just I explained it to you. According to eyelet, algebraic function will be the first function and trigonometric function is the second function. So let us name them as first function and second function, and let us name this integral as I. Okay. So which is equal to, as I told you, formula is just you need to means revise this again and again, means you need to speak out with the same line again and again when you are doing the question. So you will be able to learn the formula. So this is first function, means x, into integration of second, means integration of sin x, minus integration of differentiation of first. So it is d by dx of x, differentiation of first, into integration of second, which is sin x, integration of second, and then the whole integration that I have written is again with respect to x. Okay, so that's why we are getting x into minus cos x, integration of sin x, minus derivative of x is 1 into minus cos x dx. First function into integration of second, minus integration of differentiation of first into integration of second. Now just you need to write x cos x. This will be plus sign with you, and you are left only with cos x dx. And now you know very well what is the integration of cos x. Yes, it is simply sin x. Cos x plus sin x plus c. So it is not difficult, it is very easy, and easily you can do it, but again and again you should speak out the result which you are using, and finally you will have command on these questions. So let me take one more question. This is integration of x into e power 2x dx. So again let us recall Euler rule. According to Euler, if we compare, we are having two functions, algebraic function and exponential function. So according to the rule, algebraic function is the first function and exponential function is the second function. So let us name them as first function and second function according to the rule Euler. And let us name this integral as I. Okay. So again, let me call the formula. Let me say the formula again. First function into integration of second minus integration of differentiation of first into integration of second, and the whole integration. The whole integration. Okay. So again x into, this is dx should be here. Integration of e power 2x is, you know very well, it is e power 2x upon 2 minus integration. Differentiation of x is 1 into, again the same that you have calculated over here. It is e power 2x upon 2 and then dx. So it is x into e power 2x upon 2 minus, taking 1 upon 2 common being constant, e power 2x dx. And now you know very well what is the integration of e power 2x. So x into e power 2x upon x minus 1 upon 2 into e power 2x upon 2 plus c. So the answer you are getting is x e power 2x upon x minus 1 upon 4 e power 2x plus c. You can further simplify the result by taking, this is 2 not x, this is 2. Okay, so by taking e power 2x upon 2 as common, you will be left with x minus 1 upon 2 plus c. So this is the very simple way to calculate integration of the functions which whose product is given to us. Now let us discuss how to calculate integration of log x. Yes, till now you do not know how to calculate integration of this function. This is the single function, but still we will use by parts to calculate the integration of this log function. So the first step, to name this integral as I. Now the second step to calculate the integration of log x is to multiply this by 1. Okay, here 1 is the algebraic function. Okay, so now let us use Eilert rule to decide which is first and which is second. So this is Eilert rule. So according to this Eilert rule, log function will be the first function and algebraic function will be the second function. So this is first function and this is second function. Now let us use the formula for by parts, which is equal to first function, that is log x, into integration of second. So what is the integration of first? 1. It is x. This time I am using directly. I am not writing the whole formula. Okay, so you also need to do like this. This will be the easiest one. Just once you keep this formula in your mind and then use it directly. So it is first function into integration of 1, that is x, minus integration of differentiation of first. So it is 1 upon x into integration of second, which is already we have calculated x, and then dx. Okay, so it is equal to x log x minus 1 into dx. So what is the integration of 1? Just you have calculated. It is x log x minus x plus c. Isn't it very simple? So easily you can calculate these questions, these integration by using by part. Now it's the turn to know how to calculate integration of sine inverse x. So same, first of all name it as I and multiply this by 1. Okay, and use Eilert rule. So according to Eilert rule, I means inverse trigonometric function should be the first function and 1, that is algebraic function, should be the second function. Okay, one thing more you can observe over here with this Eilert rule, that if you want to consider sine inverse x as second function, then you need to find out integration of sine inverse x, and that we are not having directly. So in this question, even without using Eilert rule, you need to understand that sine inverse x must be first function, because we can calculate its derivative very easily, and 1 should be the second function, because the integration of 1 will be x, whereas the differentiation of 1 will be 0. So we can't go ahead if we are considering 1 as first function, whose integration, whose differentiation we need to find out. Okay, so using Eilert as well as in general, you can understand this thing, that which one is the first function and which one is the second function. So let us proceed in the same way. Is equal to first function, that is sine inverse x, that is sine inverse x, into integration of second, which is simply x, minus integration of differentiation of sine inverse x, which is 1 upon square root of 1 minus x square, into integration of second, which is already we have calculated x, and then again the integration of this product. Okay, now it is the same rule that you have already done. Just have a think that which rule you can use to calculate the integration of this integral. Okay, how? Yes, you know that if you put 1 minus x square as another variable, then its derivative will be minus 2x dx, and out of that x dx is present with us in the numerator. So simply we can calculate it by using substitution method. So let us name this as I1. Okay, let me write here it as I1. Now let us calculate the integration of I1. I1 is x dx upon square root of 1 minus x square. So as you have already done, let 1 minus x square is equal to t. So minus 2x dx is equal to dt, and from here you can easily calculate the value of x dx, which is dt upon minus 2. Now I1 is equal to minus 1 upon 2 being constant, let us take it out, dt upon square root of t. So t power 1 upon 2, you know very well what is the integration of it. It is t power 1 upon 2 upon 1 upon 2 plus, let me name this as c1. So clearly you are left with minus square root of 1 minus x square only, because t we have considered 1 minus x square and power 1 upon 2 is root of it, plus c1. So therefore the result I with you is x sine inverse x minus square root of 1 minus x square plus c1. Okay, so this by parts also gives you the solution of integration of log x and sine inverse x types of functions. Similarly, you can calculate the integration of functions like cos inverse x, tan inverse x, sine log x and so on. So such type of functions you can also easily calculate by using the rule by parts. Now next, let me take the integration of secant cube x that you have not done yet. So till now you have found out the integration of even powers of sec x and cosec x. Now by using by parts we can calculate integration of sec x and cube x, cosec x carrying odd powers. The very first step is to name it as I. Okay. Now to perform its integration, we will segregate it into secant x into secant square x dx. Now the next is to name first function and second function. Here it is very clear that we cannot go for either rule because both are trigonometric functions. So what is the criteria for selecting first function and second function? It is the same as just I had explained in the previous question, that now we will think that which function is having its integration in a simple way, means the simplest integration we can have of which function. Here secant x is having the integration as log secant x plus tan x, whereas secant square x is having its integration simply tan x. So we will prefer to take secant square x as the second function because its integration gives us the simpler function. Okay, and this secant x as the first function. So proceeding in the same way using rule of by parts. So it is first function into integration of second, that is clearly tan x, minus integration of differentiation of first, which is secant x into tan x, into the integration of second, which is already we have calculated, it is tan x. Now the next is secant x into tan x minus, can be written as secant x into tan square x dx. Okay, now what to do? Just use the identity of tan square x, which is secant square x minus 1. Okay, now multiply this secant x inside the bracket, secant x into tan x minus integration of secant cube x minus secant x dx. Now segregate the two terms and separate them into two integrals. So secant x into tan x minus integration of secant cube x dx plus integration of secant x dx. Now what is secant cube x? It is nothing but simply I, from where we have started. So let us start with this I is equal to secant x into tan x minus I plus integration of secant x. You know very well it is log sec x plus tan x plus c. Okay, so I. Now take this I to left hand side and it will be plus I over here. So it is equal to secant x into tan x plus log sec x plus tan x plus c. So therefore after addition you are getting 2i, but we need only I. So take this 2 to right hand side in division, and your final answer is 1 by 2 into secant x tan x plus log secant x plus tan x plus c. So this is the way to calculate integration of secant cube x. Similarly, you can calculate integration of cosecant cube x. Now let me take the integration of x square sin x dx. This is again the multiplication of two functions. One is algebraic function and other is trigonometric function. Again we can go for the rule of Euler, and according to this it is clear that x square is the first function and sin x is the second function, and as I told you, let us name this as I. Okay, so this question will be completed in two steps, because in first step this x square will reduces to x, and then in next step it will reduces to 1, and ultimately we will be able to calculate the whole integration. So let us proceed. Is equal to first function into integration of second minus integration of differentiation of first, that is 2x, into integration of second and the whole integration, is equal to minus x square cos x. Sign will changes to plus. You need to be very careful about the signs. Take this 2 as common being constant, and you are left with x cos x dx. Again this is same as just we have done for x sin x. This is first function, this is second function according to Euler rule. Apply again. Minus x square cos x plus 2 into, do not forget to put over here the bracket, because we are going to get two terms, and with these two terms this plus 2 is to be taken. So again first function into integration of second minus integration of differentiation of first into इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ सेकेंड dx. सो बार बार आपको ये लिखने की जरूरत है इंटीग्रेशन d by dx ऑफ x, जस्ट लेकिन दिमाग में आपके चलते रहना चाहिए कि वी आर डूइंग डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ फर्स्ट एंड दैट इज x, तो 1 लिखना है. इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ सेकेंड मींस sin x we need to write. So just think and write. No need to write the formula again and again. Minus x square cos x plus it is 2x sin x, and here this minus 2, and again the integration of sin x is minus cos x, so it is plus cos x plus c. So this is the integration of x square sin x. Let me discuss one more important type of integration. Let me name it as I. Is integration of e power x into sin 3x dx. So again using Euler. Clearly exponential function will be the second function and trigonometric function is the first function according to this Euler rule. So using the same first function, it is sin 3x into integration of second, which is nothing but simply e power x minus integration of differentiation of this, you know, it is 3 cos 3x into integration of second, which is simply e power x into dx, which is equal to sin 3x into e power x minus taking 3 outside, and it is again e power x cos 3x dx. So now again move it the same, that is Euler. E power x is the second function and cos 3x is the first function. So again perform the same. So it is e power x sin 3x minus 3 into first function into integration of second minus integration of differentiation is minus 3 sin 3x into integration is e power x into dx. Now simplify this thing. E power x into sin 3x minus 3 e power x cos 3x, then minus 9 it is integration of e power x sin 3x dx. Okay, now just observe carefully. E power x sin 3x is nothing but simply I. But from where we have started, so we can name it as I. So I is equal to e power x sin 3x minus 3 e power x cos 3x minus 9i it is. Okay, now taking this 9i to this I, that is to the left hand side, so clearly you will be having 10i is equal to e power x sin 3x minus 3 e power x cos 3x. So therefore I is equal to 1 upon 10 into e power x sin 3x minus 3 e power x cos 3x plus c it is. Okay, so this is the integration of the function in which both the functions are of the type that no one will vanish after, neither after integration nor after differentiation. So in such type of functions we'll take in reverse as we have done in sin cube x also. So in reverse we'll take the value of I and then the integration is to be calculated.